Hello everyone and welcome back to the Dork side. I am the Dork in the road and today we're going to take this here Africa Twin on the freeway. That's right everyone, I am the Dork in the road and I want to be your internet riding buddy. So please consider subscribing. Don't forget to turn on those notifications so that you know when I post awesome new dual sport and adventure motorcycling content just like this. So this is my 2016 Honda Africa Twin CRF 1000L. It's my dream bike. I love this bike. Had it for a couple months now. Also, let me just apologize for the wind noise in advance. There's not a lot I can do about it riding at these speeds. But anyway, a question often asked before you buy a motorcycle, especially if you do any commuting or planning on taking it a lot of miles like people do with these adventure bikes, is can you take it on the freeway? Now, it's kind of a ridiculous question when the bike in question is a leader bike. I mean, this is an Africa Twin. It's a CRF 1000L. It has 1,000 cc's, somewhere in the neighborhood. I can't remember how many horsepower, 90 horsepower? It is a parallel twin, 1,000 cc's. It's a big bike. So, of course it can go on the freeway. I don't think the question is, can it go on the freeway? Really, the more accurate question is, how does it do on the freeway? That's what I'm going to just demonstrate for you here in a minute. So, if you can't hardly see, but about a mile ahead of us is the freeway we're going to get on. We're going to do about 5 miles is on my way home today, and I'll show you the spoiler alert. This thing does really well on the freeway. It's got plenty of power to accelerate, to merge, plenty of power to accelerate out of trouble if you need it. If you're curious about the top speed, people always ask about that. I don't know what the exact top speed is, but I will tell you, based on prior off-camera experience, that it will easily do 100 plus miles an hour. And my guess is the top speed is somewhere between 110 and 120. Because let's just say I know 106 is pretty doable on this motorcycle. So plenty of top speed for the freeway. It's not a concern at all. You should not be riding 100 miles an hour on the freeway, but if for some reason you needed to, you could. So a little bit about my setup. This bike's got full off-road armor, so crash bars, hand guards, everything. I'm running 2 soft panniers right now, giant loop soft panniers. And it's got Mitas EOS 7 tires, so those are a 50/50 tire. I've ridden it on the freeway before. I can tell you it does really well. Those tires, you wouldn't know that they're not street tires at these speeds, so no concerns at all in terms of those Mitas EOS 7 50/50 tires. They're really good. So we're going to attempt to merge, but unfortunately we're stuck behind this semi-truck. So I'll just show you what we can do. So she's got plenty of power if you need it to merge quickly, get around people, like I said. So we're doing 75 real easy. I'm going to slow down just to 65 because the wind noise I know is going to be crazy. But this bike is very comfortable on the freeway. It feels very planted, stable, secure. I know people worry about adventure bikes and how tall they are. They worry about them feeling squirrely or funky on the freeway. And I can tell you that is not the case with this Honda Africa Twin, even with the 50/50 tires. It actually comes with a more streetier tire, so it might be even better, but I don't notice it. I can't tell the difference between this and a street tire at these speeds. Suspension feels good. The seat's very comfortable for long rides. I know because I'm on one right now. I've been an hour and a half or so on the bike right now. It's a heavy motorcycle, so I've ridden lighter bikes. I've ridden my 250L, I've ridden my Versys, I've ridden my 500F on the freeway, and they're definitely more prone to getting blown around. People always worry about when a semi goes by, is it going to blow you off the road? And this bike is heavy and planted. It is tall, but I don't feel a lot of push when a big truck goes by. It doesn't concern me like it does on the other bikes. For a smaller bike, you kind of have to prepare for that. On this bike, it's like, man, no big deal. So the thing I like about a bike this powerful on the freeway is if you get into trouble, someone's coming into your lane, or there's debris in the road, or just there's an accident happening around you. On a smaller displacement bike, you only have 2 real avenues of escape. You can make an evasive maneuver, or you can brake, right? So you can turn or you can brake. But those smaller displacement bikes are at their capacity pretty much at this speed. So accelerating is not really an option. But I will tell you with this motorcycle, I'm in 6th gear right now, going 66. Accelerating is no problem. Like, that was 10 miles an hour right there. This guy wasn't in front of me, I would give you a better demonstration, but you do have, on a bike this size, all three options for escape if you get into trouble. So, and it's really best often to use two at once, so an accelerate and a swerve or whatever is really how you're going to avoid anything crazy. Obviously, lane splitting is not legal here in Oregon, but I think this bike is so narrow in terms of adventure bikes that it would be pretty good for that, even with the bags on it, and even better without them. So I don't feel like I'm getting a ton of wind resistance. The buffeting is pretty bad. I'm also like riding behind a car, but the stock windscreen, it doesn't direct the buffeting over your head. It really directs it like right about eye level. So you're gonna get battened around. I actually get less wind noise in the naked wind on a dual sport. So on my 250L, the wind is actually less bad because the windscreen actually makes it worse. You can kind of get down out of it, but not really. Not really. It's still hitting the top of my head. So the stock windscreen is not great. It's better than the aftermarket one I had because you can see how air can flow through, and that actually reduces buffeting some. But it's pretty loud. So earplugs or a quiet helmet I would recommend if you're riding the Africa Twin on the freeway. I can't really say how the stock mirrors do, but these double take mirrors do really well. I've got a wide field of vision in both lanes behind me. I feel really confident in my situational awareness. I mean, that's the major things. Do you get blown around? Not really. Does it have the speed? Absolutely. It can accelerate. It feels planted. The thing just settles down and cruises. I mean, she's built to eat up miles, and she does a great job at it. So I wish I had cruise control or something, but those are really the only other creature comforts I would want to make it even better on the freeway. But it's perfectly capable, and that should not surprise you. Surprising no one, this leader bike does just fine on the freeway. So this is a short video because I just want to show you a short jaunt, but I can tell you it would be comfortable for a long period of time if you had a couple hundred miles to cover. No problems with this bike, except for the noise. That would be my only concern. So, if you have any questions or anything, please leave them in the comments. Have you ridden your Africa Twin on the freeway? How does it do? How does it compare to other adventure bikes? Let me know if you have that experience. But for now, I'm going to head home. I just want to say thank you very much for watching. I appreciate you, and as always, please do not forget to be excellent to each other. Thank you.
Excellent!
This guy has a lot of cans. He's like Santa Claus. It's like Canta Claus. It's a lady. Sorry, lady. Mrs. Canta Claus. Mrs. Claus. It's not that good of a pun. That's all I got.